There was a man who had once worn a golden ring, gifted to him in his youth. In time, he forgot it was his. He searched shops and temples, thinking someone else held what he had lost. But one quiet morning, as he washed his hands, he noticed a faint impression on his finger. The ring had never left. He had only stopped feeling its weight, so he stopped seeking and began remembering. What if the reason your manifestation isn't arriving is because you're still waiting for permission to become it? You say the words, you hold the vision, but do you feel it as already done? Or are you still living as the one who wants? In this video, you'll discover the silent shift that transforms longing into embodiment. We'll explore how to step into the vibration of your fulfilled self, not someday, but now, and how to stay there, even when the world hasn't caught up yet. Because manifestation doesn't respond to your wish, it responds to who you are. And when you become the energy, the universe must follow. A man can shout his wishes to the sky, but if he still walks as the one who lacks, the heavens remain silent. Manifestation is not a matter of how much you want something. It is about who you are when you want it. The quantum field does not respond to longing. It responds to the beingness behind the desire. You may cry out for abundance, but if your identity is lack, that cry echoes back empty. Desire is only the beginning. It is the spark, not the fire. Most people remain stuck in wanting, endlessly scripting, visualizing, repeating affirmations, trying to convince themselves they are ready. But the field does not mirror words, it mirrors energy. Vibration frequency is not created by hope. It is created by certainty, by embodiment. And that certainty can only come from the version of you who already believes it's done. This is why wanting often leads to waiting. The more you affirm, I want, the more you vibrate, I do not have, and the universe listens. It responds not to requests, but to resonance. To change your outer world, you must first shift the identity that is emitting your current signal. The self-concept you carry, quietly, beneath all effort, is the code the field reads first. In the sacred art of silent manifestation, the path is inward. You are not here to scream your needs into the void. You are here to become the version of you for whom the desire is already fulfilled. And when that identity settles into your being, the outer world begins to follow. Now, let us look more closely at this powerful idea. That manifestation begins not with the want, but with who you are. A mirror never argues with you. It only reflects what stands before it. So too does the universe reflect your self-concept. If you see yourself as lacking, unworthy, or still becoming, the field will return those assumptions to you in form. But the moment you shift who you believe you are, reality must rearrange itself accordingly. You don't manifest change, you become the change that is already done. Many seekers focus on what they want, yet remain bound to the identity of one who is still waiting. They say, I want wealth, while silently feeling unworthy of receiving. I want love, while still holding the belief that it cannot last. This is why desire often falls flat. It never bypasses the self. Identity shifting is not decoration. It is the engine of manifestation. Without it, the signal collapses. You must begin to inhabit the version of yourself who no longer asks, because he already is. This is not about pretending. It is about choosing to believe the identity of your fulfilled self again and again, until it becomes your natural state. Just as a plant grows toward light without effort, so your reality grows from your inner concept. What you accept as true becomes. And so the question is not, what do I want, but who am I being? The outer world is an echo of that inner answer. When you change the tone, the echo changes. When you shift the self, the outcomes must follow. This is the quiet mastery behind all manifestation, and it begins with how you define the person living your timeline. A bridge is not built by looking at the other side. It is built by stepping forward, plank by plank, in faith. So it is with manifestation. The gap between desire and form is not crossed by waiting, but by feeling as if it is already done. Emotion is the bridge. It connects the unseen with the seen. Without feeling, desire remains suspended in thought. You may affirm that your dream is coming, but unless you feel it in your breath, your chest, your bones, it remains just that, a dream. The quantum responds to the vibration frequency of your emotions, not the intentions of your words. When you feel joy, peace, or fulfillment before the evidence arrives, you align your signal with the timeline you seek. And that is when reality begins to move. This does not mean forcing yourself to feel good all the time. It means rehearsing the feeling of already done until it becomes natural. Just as an actor steps into a role, you step into the state. You imagine the relief, the satisfaction, the gratitude, and your field starts to shift. Feeling is the activator. It is the invisible thread that pulls the form into your now. So pause here. Ask yourself, what would it feel like to already have it? What would your breath do, your posture, your pace? Begin to feel those subtle cues in the present moment. For the bridge is not far away. The bridge is your inner world. And when you walk it with feeling, the outer world has no choice but to catch up. A candle does not declare its light. It simply shines. In the same way, true manifestation does not need to be spoken. When your inner state is aligned with your desired outcome, that alignment becomes a living signal. The universe does not respond to declarations. It responds to resonance. And nothing resonates more clearly than quiet embodiment. Many people speak what they want but feel something else entirely. They say the right words, script perfect affirmations, and visualize daily. But underneath, they still carry doubt. This creates a mixed message in the field. In silent manifestation, the power is not in saying, it's in being. Your state whispers a truth that the quantum cannot ignore. When you embody your desire without announcing it, without needing it to be seen, the field responds as if it's already true. This is not a performance. It is presence. You become the version of yourself who no longer tries to convince the world because he no longer needs to. Embodiment is quiet. It is sovereign. It is magnetic. So hold the state without the story. Let your energy speak for you. Let your posture, breath, and stillness declare, it is done. This is how intention transforms into reality. Not by asking more, but by aligning more. And when that alignment deepens, we begin to imagine not from the outside looking in, but from the inside looking out. A man standing outside a window sees the feast, but a man inside the room tastes it. So it is with imagination. To manifest, you must not merely look at the life you desire. You must enter it. Most imagine of the state, observing it from afar. But true creation begins when you imagine from the state, when you think, feel, and act as if it is already yours. To imagine from the state is to assume the position of fulfillment. You no longer see yourself hoping. You see yourself living. You feel the emotions not of wanting, but of remembering. This is the key to energetic alignment. It is the internal alignment between what you visualize and what you embody. When the inner image becomes the inner experience, the signal becomes real. You can dream about wealth all day, but unless you feel the safety, the freedom, the expansion of it, you remain outside the room. The field cannot bring you what you treat as distant. It can only mirror what you accept as now. So when you imagine through your senses. What would you touch? What would you hear? How would you move? These details anchor you inside the state. Let your inner world become the primary world. Let it shape your tone, your expression, your breath. For the moment you begin to feel from the outcome, you become the cause. And that cause sets a new reality into motion. From here, embodiment becomes a daily practice, a sacred repetition of the self you are choosing to live. A temple is not built in a day. It is built stone by stone, each one placed with quiet devotion. In manifestation, your temple is the state you return to again and again. Embodiment is not a one-time act. It is a sacred discipline, a practice, a rhythm. The more consistently you live the identity of your fulfilled self, the more permanent the reality becomes. This is where the power of an embodiment technique reveals itself. It might be a breath pattern you return to each morning, a posture you hold when doubt creeps in, or a phrase you whisper under your breath when walking into a room. These rituals are not about effort, they are about reinforcement. Each repetition tells the field, "This is who I am." Do not mistake subtle for weak. In the realm of energy, repetition is mastery. When you choose to feel abundant every time you sip tea, or choose love every time you look in the mirror, you are training your field. You are stabilizing your vibration frequency. And that steadiness begins to rewrite what shows up in your outer world. Daily embodiment becomes your quiet ceremony. You don't need candles or chants. Your awareness is enough. The moment you return to the state, you realign your signal. And that realignment becomes easier with time. This is the invisible work, and it naturally shapes how you begin to act, speak, and choose from the self that already is. A king does not ask if he is royal. He simply walks, speaks, and rules as one. So it is with manifestation. When you truly embody your desired identity, your actions begin to reflect it effortlessly. Every decision becomes an echo of that state, and each choice affirms to the quantum field, "This is who I am now." You may not yet see the full form of your desire, but the way you respond to life reveals whether you are still waiting or already aligned. Do you walk like someone who knows it's coming, or like someone trying to prove their worth? These subtle moments of choice are your greatest tools. Identity shifting is lived in how you speak to others, how you treat money, how you walk through your home. Even the smallest decisions ripple out. Do you take care of your space like someone who feels abundant? Do you rest like someone who trusts the timing of life? These micro-actions carry your frequency more than affirmations ever could. They are embodiment in motion. The more you align your actions with your chosen identity, the more seamless the shift becomes. This is not performance, it is permission. You are allowing yourself to live as the one who already knows, and the world begins to take notice. Not because you are asking it to, but because your coherence becomes undeniable. And when coherence deepens, the field begins to reflect not your hope, but your wholeness. A tuning fork placed beside another will eventually begin to hum in harmony. This is coherence, when two energies align so completely that they become indistinguishable. In manifestation, your coherent state draws life toward it without force. The quantum field cannot deny consistency. When your thoughts, emotions, and identity are unified, the field mirrors that precision with form. This is what most overlook. They speak from desire but feel from lack. They act with faith but retreat with doubt. This inner split confuses the signal. But when you enter true energetic alignment, when every layer of your being says the same thing, the universe listens. Not in delay, but in recognition. Coherence is the clearest language you can speak. Think of it like a signal tower. The stronger the broadcast, the clearer the message. The more steady your state, the faster the reflection. There is no guessing involved. The field doesn't choose when or how to respond. It is a mirror. When your signal becomes stable, the reflection becomes undeniable. This is not magic. It is law. So the task is not to convince the universe, but to stabilize yourself. Breathe into the version of you who already has it. Speak from his calm. Walk with his certainty. And as you maintain that resonance day by day, the field must return in kind. But to truly hold that state, you must first remember who you were before you forgot. A child playing make-believe knows he is not pretending. He is remembering something that feels more real than the world around him. And in manifestation, this is your invitation. Not to act as if, but to return to what you've always carried within. You are not becoming something new. You are returning to the vibration that has been quietly waiting. Many think embodiment means faking it until it appears. But true embodiment is not theater. It is truth. You are not layering performance on top of doubt. You are peeling away what isn't you. In the practice of silent manifestation, this remembrance happens not through words, but through stillness, through the breath, the posture, the knowing. It was always me. This is why embodiment feels natural when done right. It doesn't exhaust you. It centers you. You are no longer chasing, scripting, proving. You are resting inside a version of yourself that feels inevitable. This is not delusion. This is coherence. You are remembering the self that is already aligned with the life you desire. Nothing external is needed to begin. No vision board, no new method, no permission slip from the world, only presence, only choice. When you feel the memory of your fulfilled self rising, don't question it, anchor it. Let it guide you, let it speak through you, for in remembering you become, and in becoming you no longer need to ask. So now I ask you, are you still waiting for the outer world to confirm who you are? Or are you willing to live as the version of you that already knows, already feels, already receives? What small act can you choose today that reflects your new identity? Let me know in the comments. How are you choosing to become instead of wait? Your words may be the reminder someone else needs to return to themselves. If this resonated with you, please like the video, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you never miss another sacred teaching on silent manifestation and vibration. Until next time, remember, it is already done.